bitches? Ah, the shade. So, I'm Joshua Ansley, and welcome to another episode of Who Am I? I feel like the answer would be Joshua Ansley, right? Well, that's where you'd be wrong. I don't have a freaking clue who I am, actually. Nor do I have a freaking clue where the hell I'm going. I'm lost in the wilderness at Duke's Farm here in Hillsborough, New Jersey. So, I want to talk today about living in the question. So, we're always looking for the answer, right? And trust me, as a seeker, I'm always looking for the answer. And I always like the answer to be quite nice and simple and work easily. I never liked remainders as a kid in math. I was like, why doesn't it? I have this obsession of counting the number of letters in words and phrases. And if there's like 13 letters in a word, it drives me crazy. I like it to be nice and simple and compact. No remainders. Do you have change of $1? Has 24 letters in it. You know, random dumb shit like that I know. So I'm always looking for the answer, right? And the best possible answer. But there's something really, really awesome about living in the question. Now, a lot of the stuff that I say, it seems again sort of like, whoa, dude, what is it? And it's like not practical, and it's not true. It's actually very practical. So understanding that within the question is the infinite, right? As you open into the question, there are infinite possibilities. And the problem is that we live too many times in the options. Well, I could do this or I could do this. And we have no idea the limitless possibilities that are open to us. So instead of living in the options, we start to think about living in the possibilities, right? And really, if we sit in the question and allow that question, and that's what this whole vlog is about for me, is who am I? Because we can always keep asking that question, whether we've been doing self-work for 30 years or whether we've done it just starting today, right? There's always more to discover, and that's the beauty of it. And it's about changing our perception. So right there, we have the ability to be like overwhelmed by the fact that there's always so much more to discover. But really, it's about changing our perception to seeing the beauty and how much there is to discover. Seeing the beauty and just taking the time to just... But really, seeing how awesome it is that there's always more to discover, right? So within the question, if we allow ourselves to sit in that question and not necessarily seek the answer, but allow the question to engulf us. And I always like to work with in yoga class that the question is in the breath. So we breathe the question in. We breathe that life down into the body. And it can be whatever question it is in our lives, right? But instead of needing and seeking the answer, and we need stability, and we need security. Now, all those things are there. See, that's the big illusion. We already have stability. We have security. We just have to actually understand that and know that at our cores. That's like real first chakra work, right? So if we really believe that, if we know that we are secure, then we can actually sit with the question. We can allow that to resonate through us. And then instead of just seeking the first answer that comes along, okay, that must be it. Well, that must be it. Or no, that's not good enough. We gotta meet over here. Then we just allow ourselves to be with the question. We allow ourselves to be in the unknown. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? We fear the unknown. That's all it is. We're just afraid of the other side. And we get comfortable. And we just don't know it. Right? And then suddenly something inside of ourselves is like, wake the fuck up. There is a life to be lived out there beyond this, whatever it is that we're doing. You know, and I don't care. If you're happy, then be happy. You can be very happy working 9 to 5. It's not about that you have to go sell all your shit and move to Mexico like somebody I know. It's not about that. But it's about seeing the infinite possibilities in your life every single day. Right? In that every single moment is a gift. Every single breath that we take, God damn, or God bless, right? Every single breath is a miracle. You know, if you don't believe, it's not, what is there not to believe in? What is there not to see that in every single breath that we take, that this oxygen comes into the body, right, and is extracted from the air by these bodies that we take for granted every single moment of every single day. The amazing things that are happening, the trillions of cells, the millions of processes that are happening in our bodies all at once. You're hearing everything that I'm saying. It's going into your brain. It's registering. You're making decisions about it, how you feel about it, and you're reacting all in a split second. And I'm doing all this while I'm walking down the street, keeping my balance, knowing all the depth perception. This is all happening in a split second, all happening automatically. And I'm not going to think there's something larger? That there's not some grand aspect of life with all this, tons of ecosystems. Well, I guess just one ecosystem. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking. Those of you who don't know, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Not a goddamn thing. Anyway, living in the question, letting the question sit with us, and being uncomfortable with not having an answer. Right? Allowing ourselves to be in the discomfort of not having the answer. That we're not going to know. We don't have to know everything. We don't have to understand. There's going to be moments we will get that satiation. We'll get finally some understanding, and that takes a lot of work. That takes contemplation, and we don't want to use that. We don't want to use our brains, right? Now some of us are like, no, I want to get the fuck out of my head. Absolutely. Get the fuck out of your head. There is no place to live. But I'm not talking about the mind. Now, this is going to go on for too long. I got to save some. We'll get into the mind and the intellect and stuff like that later. And we are not the mind, we are not the body, we are not the intellect. Anyway, namaste, bitches. In Lakesh Lakin, I am you, you are me. Namaste. Ooh, ooh. What? Too much? Oh.